Monster and Frog Mind the Baby by Rose Impey and Russell Ato. Monster's sister has to go out. She asks Monster to look after her baby. Monster has never looked after a baby before. "Do not worry," says Monster's sister. "My baby never cries." The baby falls asleep. The house is quiet. Suddenly, there is a loud knock at the door. Frog has come to help look after the baby. "Anybody in?" he shouts. "Shh!" Frog has woken the baby. She starts to cry. "Do not worry," says Frog. "I know all about babies." Frog picks up the baby. "This baby is leaking," he says. "Her nappy needs changing." "Leaking?" Monster has never changed a nappy before. "Leave it to me," says Frog. "I am an expert at nappies." Frog wraps the baby in a new nappy. But now the baby looks more like a parcel. "I do not think that is right," says Monster. "Just practicing," says Frog. He tries again. This time the baby looks more like a mummy. "Nappies are not as easy as they look," says Frog. Monster tries this time. "That is better," he says. But even with a new nappy, the baby is still crying. "That is funny," says Monster. "My sister says that her baby never cries." "She is hungry," says Frog. "Trust me, I know everything about babies." Monster gives the baby a bottle of milk. The baby drinks it all up. Glug, glug, glug. "I told you she was hungry," says Frog. But soon the baby is crying again. "I do not understand," says Monster. "This baby never cries." "This baby needs burping," says Frog. "And luckily I am an expert at burping babies." "Burping?" Frog puts baby over his shoulder. He pats her on the back. The baby gives a big burp. Burp. Then another burp. The baby smiles. Monster and Frog smile too. At last, the baby stops crying. But not for long. "Wah!" The baby is bored, says Frog. She wants to play. Monster has never played with a baby before. He pulls funny faces and gives her a ride on his knee. Jiggity jig. But the baby still cries. Now Monster is worn out. "Leave this to me," says Frog. "Playing with babies is my speciality." Frog tickles the baby's tummy. "Coochie coochie coo." Then he sings to her. "Croak, croak." But Frog's singing makes the baby cry more than ever. Monster looks as if he might cry too. "Do not worry," says Frog. "I will think of something. I am full of ideas." But Monster has had enough. He puts the baby back in her cot. "What is this?" he says. "That is a dummy," says Frog. "What is it for?" asks Monster. But Frog does not seem to be an expert on dummies. Monster tries the dummy in the baby's mouth. At long last, the baby stops crying. The house is quiet again. Just then, Monster's sister comes home. "You see, I told you my baby never cries," she says, "as long as she has her dummy." "Yes," says Frog. "That is just what I told Monster. It is a good job I was here. I am an expert on babies."